This is Southern Cross News with Rachel Williams.
Good evening, everyone. The Easter break has begun with major frustrations for our police officers, with claims of a critical shortage of frontline staff last night. The union taking the drastic step of contacting the Police Commissioner directly, saying senior management was refusing to address staffing issues at the Launceston station.
These are the text messages highlighting frustrations in Launceston last night.
The morale's the lowest I've ever seen. Many of the new guys are considering resigning.
First responding officers and sergeants desperately calling for backup, allegedly denied by senior management.
I mean, what the WTF, you know? So that's when I rang the Commissioner. He wasn't happy about what he heard.
Officers fearing for public safety as well as their own.
Concerns for welfare, family disputes, persons collapse, suspicious persons. These are some of the jobs that were going on last night, and they were expected to do that with 3 constables. That is not the way it should be.
During the election, the government promised 125 new officers. The union wants 117 of those to be first responding constables, 15 for Launceston.
Put numbers into that area out of recruit courses as soon as possible.
An urgent request as the Easter weekend brings with it a busy period for police. While for those waiting for a home at the showgrounds, Easter was today made a little brighter.
Merry Easter.
New figures revealing the housing waiting list has ballooned to 63 weeks. Applicants for a house skyrocketing by more than 3,200 in just 6 months. Calls now for a ministerial advisory council.
So that the government is held accountable for its actions. The Labor Party wants to play a constructive role here, and we need a formalised structure to do that.
The government maintains it's delivering 9 solutions endorsed by peak sector bodies. Jacqueline Robson, Southern Cross News.
Thousands have attended church services across the state to mark Good Friday. One church choosing to reenact the crucifixion of Christ in the hope it would help its younger members understand the day's meaning.
Out the front of the Church of the Apostles, hundreds watched on as its younger members reenacted a painful moment in Christian history.
You were lifted up to draw all people to the source of life.
Having the young people lead us in that and sort of act it out is a way in which I think that everyone of any age can enter into it, and that's why we do it this way.
Those in attendance appreciative of the extra effort.
It was very touching.
I enjoyed that I could see how the crucifixion happened.
It was a little bit more moving today. I think Jesus went through a little bit more suffering than he normally does.
The service, just one of hundreds across the state, each congregation marking Good Friday in its own traditional way.
This event, of course, is central to Christianity. Christ came, if you like, precisely that he would die for our salvation. So it is the heart of the Christian message and the centre of Christian joy and hope.
It is a special time for families too, and I got my grandkids here today, so that's good.
And as thoughts turned to Sunday, so too did they to chocolate.
Are you looking forward to eating your Easter eggs?
Yes. Yeah, I got a big duck from my auntie, and it's a big chocolate one.
Jessie Gilmore, Southern Cross News.
The Easter period also seeing many traditional favourites in high demand. Tasmanian businesses working around the clock to ensure they meet customers' expectations.
We've kept up with demand quite easily. We start at 12 o'clock on the Thursday before Good Friday. We know what we're going to make tomorrow. We've got what we've got orders and what we roughly will think we'll sell in the shop. We make a traditional bun with mixed peel and fruit, Australian fruit, and that seems to be what people want.
Thank you. This year we did have to buy quite a little bit out of Melbourne. It's just what we have to do to keep everyone happy.
Despite many businesses closing their doors on Good Friday, those that did open say this year was just as busy as previous years. Tasmania Police says it's disappointed with the increasing number of drivers caught doing the wrong thing. Almost 200 motorists were fined or charged yesterday on day one of Easter's Operation Crossroads. While the start of Easter has been fatality-free, Tasmania Police says the number of motorists risking their own lives and others is concerning. Last night, a couple in this car were lucky to avoid injuries in a crash on the west coast. Police say the driver lost control while attempting to turn left. Operation Crossroads continues until Tuesday, with additional police patrolling our roads. The Royal Tasmanian Botanical Gardens has played host to an enormous Easter egg hunt. Tens of thousands of eggs collected by children raising money for medical research.
Preparing the hunting field for hundreds of eager children, helpers generously sprinkling the botanical gardens with thousands of chocolate eggs. Getting an early jump, they scramble for the hunt, picking through the lawn and filling their Easter baskets.
What was your strategy?
Keep going. It was easy because you just looked at spots where there was Easter eggs and then you just got them.
How many eggs have you got? Did you count them?
No, but I think I've got over 200.
In what's become an Easter tradition, the Royal Hobart Hospital Research Foundation putting on the Egg Hunt and Family Picnic Day.
So we have pin the tail on the bunny, tug of war, hopscotch, egg and spoon races. We've got some things for the older kids like bubble ball races, but the biggie, of course, is our Easter egg age grouped hunts.
Oh, it's fantastic. This is obviously one of the main fundraising events that the foundation does, and obviously it's through their support that we can do research locally in the University of Tasmania.
A good cause and a good day out for families.
We've got a big group picnic with all our friends and just having a great day out, really.
How are you going to eat all of those eggs?
One by one.
Michael Breen, Southern Cross News.
A highly anticipated clash between North Hobart and Kingborough has delivered a spectacular state league opener. The Tigers were quick through the posts as the rebranded Demons did their best to hold off their crosstown rivals.
A thrilling start to the first quarter with the Tigers out strong. Eddie Burrows-Chang slotting the first goal of the TSL season. The Tigers soon have another, courtesy of Connor Bryant. Marcus Davies gifting Burrows-Chang his second soon after. The Demons' defence buckling under pressure with the Tigers extending the lead. A run for Tom Reeves seeing North Hobart's first for the day. An early goal in the second igniting the fire for the Demons. Callum Kirkpatrick squandering a chance for another for the home side. Will Pippin reducing the margin to 18 to give the D's a glimmer of hope. An entertaining third quarter seeing the Tigers taking control, with the visitors too good for the inexperienced D's taking the season opener by 54 points. Jacqueline Robson, Southern Cross News.
Tasmanian skipper George Bailey has capped off his stellar season, winning the Ricky Ponting Medal at Cricket Tasmania's annual awards. He led the Tigers and the Hurricanes through to the finals, earning him the prestigious Player of the Year award for the first time in his long career.
The end of season anticipation building for last night's awards at Rest Point. The cricketing community coming together to celebrate their best.
It's been a terrific year for Tasmanian cricket and my congratulations go to the Tigers for their incredible effort.
Ricky Ponting sending a video message to the crowd as his namesake award was announced.
And the Ricky Ponting medalist is our captain George Bailey.
Skipper George Bailey earning the Player of the Year gong with 223 votes. In both formats, he captained the Hurricanes and the Tigers through to the finals.
I've loved playing in two finals. I'd love to win another final before I fade into oblivion. So let's just make sure we keep going.
The Raw Player of the tournament was decided by 2 votes.
Georgia Redmayne.
Redmayne paying tribute to outgoing coach Julia Price, whose contract wasn't renewed at the end of a tough season for the women's sides.
Kind of kept me in the game of cricket and gave me an opportunity here when I was probably considering giving up the game, so I owe a lot to Julia.
Jake Doran scored the David Boone Medal for Best JLT Sheffield Shield season. The 21-year-old proved to be a run-making machine, scoring 97, 95 and 3 half-centuries during the series.
We didn't have the best of starts this year, but for us to turn it around and to be able to make the Shield final and to be able to put a performance on this year for everyone that's been supporting us for the last 4 or 5 years, so it's pretty good from our group.
And the KFC Men's Big Bash Player of the Tournament goes to Darcy Short.
A well-earned honour for Short with his record tournament runs tally of 572. Michael Breen, Southern Cross News.
Good evening. Hobart and Burnie both reached a top of 19 today, and it was 21 in Launceston and Devonport. 23 was the state's high recorded at St Helens and Friendly Beaches. 18 was the top for King Island, Smithton and Low Head. It was 17 at Grove, Ouse and Strawn, and 12 degrees at Lyowini. Now the satellite showed overcast low cloud over the west of the state today, and zooming out we can see there was a low off the Queensland coast causing a spiralling cloud band and some thunderstorm cloud over Western Australia. Tomorrow a high sits to the northeast of Tasmania, extending a ridge over South Australia. On the coast, west to southwesterly winds with swells to 4 metres in the west. And there's a strong wind warning from Tasman Island to Sandy Cape. Now let's take a closer look around the state tomorrow. Hobart, partly cloudy, 21 the top. Medina, 17. Oatlands, 18. A mostly sunny day for Launceston, reaching 20 degrees. Devonport becoming cloudy, 18. 13 for Lyowini. Burnie, partly cloudy, 17 the top. Showers for Strawn and Marrawar. And some sun in the east. St Helens, Swansea and Orford all expecting a top of 20. And the UV, moderate. Looking ahead to Easter Sunday, showers for most of the state except the upper east coast. Monday, more showers for the west, south and the Bass Strait Islands, but fine elsewhere. And showers for the west and south on Tuesday. Around the country tomorrow, showers for Brisbane, 29 the top, 25 and cloudy for Sydney, and a mostly sunny day for Melbourne. And having a look at the current conditions around the state, Hobart right now 15 degrees, mostly cloudy, Launceston 16 and clear, and Devonport 14 degrees and mostly cloudy. That's all for the weather. Thanks, Rach.
Well, that's all your news for now. I'm Rachel Williams. Thanks for your company. Good night.